There we go. We're live.
Oh,
Happy
boy.
New Year, everyone. It's been a while. Now, where do I find all the... Nita, why did you have to combine everything? Here we go. Have a little intro, and we'll be right there with you.
The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors. Have a question or comment for us to address on the show? Have a topic you want us to talk about? Email us at indiecomicsnetwork@gmail.com. Want your comics to arrive in pristine condition? Head over to GeminiComicsSupply.com and save 10% on your next Gemini mailer order or anything in the Gemini Comics Supply store. Use coupon code RAGIN10. That's RAGIN 10.
Good morning, lovelies. Happy New Year. Happy New Life, I guess. Whatever people have been up to. We are missing C because he caught a flu after Nita did. So he will be hopefully back next week. But yeah, we're back from our hiatus. Hooray. Good to be back. Let's go around the room and introduce yourselves. MarV, who are you?
Greetings, sinners. I'm MarV, creator of the Steam Killer. I just launched a couple of months ago on Indiegogo Gabriel Reaper of Souls, and now I'm moving on to the new crowdfund platform, GoFundMe. You will see this very soon. The shipping will be only $7 worldwide. So yeah, I'm one of the hosts of Sketchy Saturday, and yeah, I'll be streaming once a week on Instagram very soon. So I'll keep you posted. Great to be back, guys.
Sweet. Rodney, how about you?
I am well. How are you, my friend?
Doing great, doing great. How about you introduce yourself to the lovely people on the other side?
Absolutely. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our first Sketchy Saturday of 2023. I am Rodney Fyke, creator, artist, writer, all that fun stuff with Hasm Productions. I am currently working on coloring our new issue Doghouse, which will you'll be seeing very soon from us. You can catch me, Rodney Fyke Art, on Facebook and Instagram. You can catch me right here on the Indie Comics Network on Thursdays for Thursday Night Throwdown and on Tuesdays for Dispatches Outside the Box with C and the gang. And go to the Hasm YouTube channel and check us out there, as well as Hasm.com. That's HAZZUM.com, where you can check out all of our books such as Peanut Pudding and Jelly, Pitter Patter, Roadkill Rampage, Unchained, and as I said before, Doghouse in 2023.
Sweet. Let's see.
There's
that guy.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm John Celestri. I'm a 50-year veteran of comic books, or rather classic animation, 2D animation, and comic books. I've animated a lot of the shows and characters that you may have grown up with or even heard of. Boba Fett in the Star Wars Holiday Special, Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, He-Man and She-Ra, and Rock and Rule. And I'm the creator and artist and writer of and publisher of the Bloodwing Angel Chronicles that I'm creating now in my semi-retirement stage. So I'm here with you guys on Sketchy Saturdays, and soon in February we'll be also having the Devils in the Details show on the Indie Comics network after dark. So that'll be a whole new, different stream.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So we're going to be drawing today animation. So for me, let me put myself. I'm going to check my change my camera, and so
There we go.
that's where we're going to go.
Very
So-
nice.
Classic.
One thing, guys,
light
sorry,
box
we are not.
action.
Pardon? Oh,
No, that was two people.
okay.
Sorry,
I'm working. I'm working with without a light box, but with animation paper, so I can see through. That's the difference.
Okay.
What was your question, Marv?
Sorry, we're not streaming on Facebook anymore because I was
We
trying
are
to find.
Yeah, we're streaming to Facebook.
It's because I'm asking because I can't find anything. But okay, no problem.
Well, it might just be delayed. They've been delaying it a lot.
I have no idea. I'm sorry. I'm not the technicality behind all these streams. So
Okay, no problem. I'll share it from YouTube. No problem.
great. Now, let me go and introduce myself for a second because we haven't even gotten that one. Hey everyone, I'm Jimmy Bruin of Fairies and Ents, creator of Love on Korra and publisher of series like The Radiant Sight, Bloodwing Angel Chronicles, Tall Tales, and the Oswald Chronicles for Europe. Be sure to check me out on fairiesandents.com and of course Love on Korra Volume 1 over on Kickstarter. We will be launching in 16 days, so I am excited.
Woohoo!
Not only that, but 2 weeks after our launch, I'm going to be doing a 24-hour comic challenge with Kimi Comics. So I'm looking forward to that one. We're going to do 24 comic pages in 24 hours with a completely new Love on Korra story.
Nice.
All right.
Come on, sure.
But today we are just animating.
Yeah.
So how was everybody's holidays?
That'd be wonderful.
That's great, man. Yeah, my wife got this for me.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, beautiful. The entire series. This is awesome. When Marvel used to be a Marvel. Yeah.
yeah. That is a beautiful book.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So what have you been reading lately?
I haven't been reading anything except the scripts that I'm writing.
Oh, well, that's something, right?
Oh, it is. It is. That counts.
I wish I had time to read regular comics.
We all do. We all do.
Okay.
I'm going
let's do this.
to try and get this down a little more.
I have been
This a little
reading.
better. Okay. There you go.
You look. Yeah, that's pretty nice and centered. It looks great.
I'm trying to get a starting drawing with this. Always try and get a beginning pose.
I'm glad this scene is pretty much done. I just have to color a lot.
So, maybe subscribe to the new platform, the Fun My Comic by Luke?
I have not.
You already
I
did.
gotta admit, I've been out of it. Because life has been hectic.
Well, I've been reading the Sharp books by Bernard Cornwell.
Huh.
You know, that's a historical fiction. You know, and it's an entertaining read for me.
No, honestly, I like historic fiction. They're fun.
Yeah, he wrote besides the Sharp. That's he started with the Sharp books, but he also the thing that people would notice immediately is on Netflix. It's The Last Kingdom. Though that's based on his books about the Vikings. You know, about the Saxons and the Norwegians over in England during what 10 or 9, yeah, like 900s. So it was a very interesting.
I've seen that on there and wanted to take some time to watch that, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
I have been invaded by a kitty.
I'm with
Who's
you.
going to try and grab my hands.
Uh-oh.
Because she wants my attention. There she is.
Oh,
Yeah, Flash is sleeping right now.
She has taken over.
It's a personal space invader. Run! Now, I've been reading Dissery, which is a fantasy project by a fellow Dutch writer, which is about a labyrinth world. So maps are evil because they make you forget the way you came from, or so people say. And getting from one place to another usually entails going through the same street 3 or 4 times. And it's about a couple of kids that get cursed with a death curse that will make that has them do a good deed. But what a good deed entails is completely uncertain. And so it could be saving someone else's life, saving your own life, helping an old lady across the street, or, saving the world. Comes down to the latter, of course. It's actually a lot of fun to read. The guy needs an editor because it's very Dutchlish. But
what's Dutch? What's lish? What is that?
Dutchlish is English written by a Dutch person, forgetting that word jokes and stuff like that need to be translated as well to work.
Oh, yes.
So I'm thoroughly enjoying this book. That being said, I am grumbling my way through this book because I'm constantly translating it back to Dutch because everything makes so much more sense in Dutch.
That's an interesting, issue. I mean, lost in translation is true. Is real.
Oh no, it is. And that being said, I'm thoroughly enjoying the story.
Mm-hmm.
There is an editor needed here and there, but you can't always judge a book by its translation, because honestly, this just makes me want to read the Dutch version even more. But he made a limited print run of 30 hard copies in English that were numbered, and I liked that dopamine rush, so I bought one that was numbered in English.
It is well, like for example, a sense of drama or a sense of humor. Is it how close to back and forth between different cultures, like for example, Dutch and we'll call it English subculture or American. How different is it?
It's really not that different.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since, well, let's be honest here, the entirety of Western Europe is just Americanized at this point. But there's nuances that don't translate well, or at least don't translate literally, and that's what he did.
Oh.
So with those points taken aside, it works in English. It just needs a native English translator, editor on it that goes, no, that does not make sense to a native English person. Fix this. Right.
Well, euphemisms and just various plays on. Well, that's the whole thing. Is it playing on words? It just doesn't. Unless you have an intimate knowledge of the language, it's just not going to translate at all.
Exactly. And that is definitely a problem that I'm seeing with these books. But, being Dutch, I don't mind because I'm not lost. But a native English speaker might definitely have some issues here. But yeah, if you're reading that, I'm almost through the first book, and then I got 5 more to go. So,
oh man, are we talking about how many pages?
The first 2 books are about 500 pages, which, to me personally, is a casual Tuesday. Because I'm a very avid and quick reader. But so he makes a project like I'm making La from Cora. He has several writers building a world together with him. So he's challenged a couple of writers to take a character from his 2 books and make a short story around those characters. And so they're very specific background characters that turned into their own little adventure. And I'm very much intrigued because it's the same kind of world building I'm using, but in a completely different direction. So it's fun, honestly. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing more of this series because it's worth the read, especially if you're Dutch.
You brought up a thing about world building, and there's sometimes, and this is just me personally. I like to have a sense of tone and sense of place, but sometimes I get bored with setting the stage, and that's just me. I prefer a plot where I can discover the world, like I've been dropped into it.
Yes.
And it's kind of like, okay, I have a little bit of knowledge, but I just want to discover it because I've been dropped into this planet or this world, and I need to experience it through the eyes of the stranger.
Yes.
And
then you're experiencing it at the same pace the reader is.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I'm doing La from Cora. That's something that I'm definitely seeing in your work as well, John. And that's something that I'm also seeing in this series, so the series I'm reading. And it is so much fun because you're seeing the growth of the world as it's being written.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a certain feeling of progression as you go. And the fun thing is like that you're often seeing the limits that the creator put down,
Mm-hmm.
and how those limits actually make for a more complete experience. Because yeah, like you work best in limitations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's a discovery element that is the fun part of it. If you have explained ahead of time how all these things work, well, then that's kind of like, you've been given you've taken half the drama away.
Yeah.
And half the entertainment value.
Yeah.
From your audience being able to discover, how does this society work? Well, you find out by way of the of what happens to your character.
By actual storytelling.
Yes. Yeah, and that's a thing.
That exists. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah, I find that it's always better if the reader is discovering as the character is discovering.
Yeah.
Keeps the reader engaged.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why some of the most some of the best storytelling is from the one person's point of view.
Oh yeah.
And but the thing is that sometimes you need more than that. So you can have multiple points of view, but it's always going to be from someone's point of view.
Yes.
It's not like you're telling the story, you're experiencing the story.
You're not omniscient.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're just you can have multiple points of view, but it's always from their limited understanding of what's happening.
Mm-hmm. How about we go over New Year's resolutions? Do we have any?
My New Year's resolution is to make it to 2024 happy and healthy.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That is a very good one. I am behind that.
If I can do that, everything else will be gravy.
How about you, Marv?
Happy, yeah. Healthy, I'm not so sure about that because I'm trying to do some exercise, but let's face it, it's hard. I get tired just by looking at fitness videos, so I don't know I'm going to perform doing it myself. But when the spring after spring comes, I have almost all my equipment prepared to start running because I used to run every day 30 years ago. Yeah, 30 years ago, I used to be a huge fan of sports, every single day doing sports. But yeah, that's one of the things that I want to do because I'm almost 50 and I feel very tired all the time. So my goal this year, especially not related to comics, is to be healthier, because I don't smoke. I don't basically drink. I drink sometimes, but not a lot. But a beer here, a glass of wine there. Nothing big. But yeah, my goal this year is to try to get into exercise again.
Sweet. How about you, John?
Well, my resolution is to and this is on a personal thing because I'm healthy. I want to maintain that, but I want to get my what is it? A website going again.
Yeah.
That just build and be self-sufficient. I mean, I understand. I understand Kickstarter, Indiegogo, but I need to be able to impart or have a whole range of material that you can't do in those crowdfunders.
Exactly.
So that's my goal, is to do that. Man, can you see? Can you watch and flip?
Yeah. Hold on, let me make you big for that one.
Yeah,
there we go. So those are the keys, right?
Well, they're really layouts right now. I'm working layouts, and as you'll notice that I don't finish any of the drawings. This is the feeling part of it. Doing the major layout keys here, and doing it so that I can get the best feeling for this, and then play with what's going on with this. I'm feeling my way through the movement.
It is so mesmerizing to see your work. I need to take you off of solo layout again. Let's see it, Rodney. Nice.
Yep.
Oh, Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah. He's gonna suck on the
That
MCU,
looks
but
awesome, man.
I figured since he was going to be making his appearance in Ant-Man next month, I would do a nice Kang.
That looks great, man.
Thank you.
Let's see. How are you coming along, Marv? Oh, fine line of shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm doing a page of Gabriel Reaper of Souls I'm inking, because for next campaign I want to have as much as traditional stuff done so that I can sell on the campaign. So yeah, right now I'm working on the transformation of Uriel from a simple undead to one of the creatures that has the singular power. That is going to be shown what you can really do in the second chapter, Michael, Hunter of Man. You're gonna have the first 4 or 5 of 6 pages dedicated to her. Still don't know quite yet how much, but I'm working on it. It's turning out very, very cool. Very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah, that page that you posted yesterday was really nice.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm very excited. Very excited about the whole universe. But after chapter 4 is done. No more Singular for anyone. Finished.
really?
Move on
You're
to another
done with the series already?
Sorry?
You're that done with the series already?
I don't understand the question. Sorry, Mike.
If you're already sick of it, or just making that comic?
No, it's not that I'm sick of it. I wish I could do more, but the thing is that I have, as you know, The Witch, and I have God's Pack, and I want to move on. So I want to finish the 4 chapters, move on, and maybe in a few years I'll do something. But for now, the story is only for 4 chapters. You know, But I really enjoy this, and I'm exploring the entire universe, and I'm knowing stuff that I didn't realize first when I start writing the Sim Killers. Some aspects that they wasn't supposed to be there, like Uriel. Uriel wasn't supposed to exist, and she just took over the entire first chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's cool. So you're finishing one thing and moving on to another thing.
Never a
Yeah,
bad thing.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. Just to change a little bit, I have another story that I wrote 2 years ago, a one shot called The Witch, story of an ancient sorceress in modern days, and it's in the Singular universe, but they don't meet at all. Just she's just in the same city, and yeah, I wanted to do that, and I wanted to, one shot. I moved to another one, got packed, werewolves and marines, and
Yeah, sounds like a
I
plan.
just needed, yeah, a lot. I just want more time. I wish the day was 72 hours.
Yeah, I know that one. I
Yeah.
wanted to draw this morning, and then I got caught in taxes. And then suddenly it was time for Sketchy Saturday, so here we are. We're supposed to be inking right now, but yeah, no time.
It happens.
It does. Yeah, no, like it just slipped away from me right there and then. Like, poof, and there it went. But yeah, no. For New Year's resolutions, I want to sell 1,000 books this year. That is my New Year's resolution. Whether it's through crowdfunding, conventions, my website, 1,000 books. That is my goal.
Well, that is a good goal to attend.
Yep.
It may sound unrealistic. On the other hand, it's 1,000 books over 17 titles. I think I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
As long as you keep working on it, you'll be fine.
exactly. Like I'm gonna keep promoting, keep crowdfunding. I got 6 series running right now that are all doing their own thing. I gotta admit, Telltales, Oswald, and Bloodwing Angel haven't been able to prove themselves because of how strange a time it is right now. And it sucks. On the other hand, like everything that I am publishing, I have full trust in.
Mhm.
And I literally know the creators. It's
Yeah,
literally
that's
75% of the panel right now that I'm publishing. I mean, like, yeah.
I was just going to ask, what is it that you think is holding back certain books?
It's honestly the times. Because like inflation right now is absolutely insane. And thanks to the war in Russia or in the Ukraine,
Mhm.
Energy prices have trifolded.
yeah, from here.
So yeah, like the first thing that is going to be thrown out from the budget are luxury products, and comics are a luxury.
Mhm.
And that is something that I'm not going to take against anyone, or I'm not blaming anyone for this. But it is a strange time. It's uncertain, and so books, like especially the newer ones, I didn't know in August that I was going to have all this stuff going on in the world.
Mhm.
But I still trust in what I'm creating, and the only way that I can give them the chance that they deserve is by going out there and showing them to the world. So that's what I'm going to do, even more than last year.
Well, it's very difficult to, and I totally understand the whole idea of priorities of spending.
Yeah.
If you only have so much, you've got to take care of all the necessities first.
Exactly.
And you can't blame people saying, well, I don't know, I don't want to try anything because I only have so much. I don't have time. I don't have the amount to spend that I would like to try something that I may not like.
Exactly.
And that's it's just smart. That's all.
Yeah. It's a natural thing, and I'm not going to blame anyone for it. And I know indie comics are not the cheapest because they're small press. I don't make thousands of copies, and I don't have them laying around in supermarkets. Like, for example, Donald Duck Weekly magazine in the Netherlands. Right. They ship 100,000 copies weekly.
Well,
I make 500 copies, and I hope for the best.
Yeah.
I am yay big. So yeah, but realistically speaking, this is high quality stuff I got. So go to fairiesandends.com and support your local indie comic creator, or your international indie comic creator, because half is from the United States.
Well, the cool thing is, if you set your goal to sell 1,000 books this year, and you only end up selling 740, that's still 740 books.
Yeah.
That is a lot of books.
Yeah.
Well, so you could set you set your goals, but at the same time, you understand it's, you have to be in it for the long run.
Yes.
Right. I set goals, but to me, my goal is to retain readers. The small number of readers that I do have, I want to retain and have them come back for the continuing story. Now, if you can do that, then you can, build up at least an audience which appreciates what you have. And so then, to me, over a period of time, especially indie comics creators, they're not known for finishing their stories.
Right. Yeah. That is very true. That being said, every person that I'm publishing is a well-respected creator. And all the more reason I trust in what they're doing. I only went into publishing other creators after I finished 4 books in La Foncora, so I had the reputation of being reliable myself. Because if I can't be relied on, then why would anyone rely on the people I hire?
Yeah. This is true.
That's true, and that's basically what anybody is. People say, well, it's different from doing one-offs. Okay.
Yes.
And if you have, once you gather your Life on Cara storyline, a certain arc that is completed, and then a feel of satisfaction, and you do it. You put together your perfect bound. It's not your trade paperback version, and that's what you're doing there. And so people will then be able to say, okay, I understand that you're capable of doing it. I could do satisfaction. I get satisfaction from the story that you've done,
Exactly.
and then I want to see more of it.
Yeah, because inevitably, when you're at a show and somebody comes up and looks at your issue 1, what's the very next question out of their mouth? When's issue 2 coming out?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh yeah.
So if you have a
And the question
trade
is, and my answer is, it's already there.
Yeah.
and you're already ahead of the game,
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. At least they'll have more to work with, because they'll people will say, you're leaving me hanging,
Yeah.
and they don't want to. They don't want to spend that effort. And say, oh well, all I've got is the intro.
Yeah, but like that is what happens. A lot of indie creators cannot count to 2 for some reason. And in that way, I created La Cora as standalone stories. So each issue is a complete story on its own. And the volume shows the progression between everything and shows the minimal coherence that all the stories have. But in the end, like everything can be read separately, and they should be.
Mhm.
But if you have a longer running story, I am unlikely to publish you after just 1 book.
Yeah.
As much as you as a writer and your artist may be working on the 2nd issue or whatever, or how far you are, if there's, not a book 2 pretty much almost ready to go, so I know I have a regular output, I can't afford that risk. And my audience won't take that risk. So why should I?
Yeah, and I can't tell you the stark difference when somebody looks and sees, oh, you've got 3 or 4 issues of something. Oh, you've got a trade there, or so yeah, you're right, John. It's proof that you follow through and you complete a story.
Mm-hmm.
It's integrity, and people love integrity.
I heard a lot of complaints lately about indie creators not fulfilling, and I know cases of well-known people that are late 2 years. So
Yeah,
I don't know how they can do that and keep moving to other projects without fulfilling the ones before they did. So it makes me a little bit of confusing for me
so
to think that there are those kind of people doing that.
what you have to keep in mind is that crowdfunding is not a guarantee that the product is going to be finished. That is
Yeah,
not
but
what
you paid for
crowdfunding
it.
is supposedly for. It helps if the product is complete and you're just literally financing it. But for these people, yeah, you can be 2 years late. And it really doesn't matter because Kickstarter does not care about that. That's not what Kickstarter is for, or crowdfunding in general. They're
Yeah.
there to fund the thing that you want to fund, and then it's up to you to fulfill. And even if you don't fulfill and you move on to the next one, Kickstarter doesn't care because Kickstarter doesn't have to care. That is not what they are. They are not a moderator of quality or delivery. That's not what they do. They're a website that people go to crowdfund things. What happens afterwards and before is completely up to the creator itself.
Yeah. But then you heard people saying, "I'm not backing any more campaigns from indie creators because they don't deliver."
Yeah,
That's what I've been hearing in the past
they
few
do.
weeks.
This is true, and it happens, and there's a good reason for it. And these people are right in their own right. They are no longer backing because they have been screwed over. if you were to go to a supermarket and they would say their fruit is perfectly fresh and you buy it, and the next day you find an apple that is perfectly red on the outside but 50 shades of brown on the inside, you're not coming back to that supermarket in the same kind of way.
Yeah.
It's one product, but it kills the vibe of the whole thing.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, and you are the supermarket as a publisher, and
Yeah.
you have to you have to think about what your reputation of being able to provide material that people will be satisfied with.
Yes. And if you can't, or you are too perfectionistic, or you don't know how to calculate your money correctly, and you end up with, having to put in money that you don't have for a campaign, that is not the audience fault, but they are going to be the ones that don't get anything in the end. And this happens. And yeah, you can't really do much about it. It's how it goes. But yeah, like that's how it goes. You can. There's always the outliers. That's what it comes down to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Your integrity is the thing that you have control over. If you keep your integrity, then you're fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So Rodney,
Yes.
we'll start Monday the new show.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about it? It's just you, more people. What's going to happen?
It's just going to be me. Fyke it, let's draw.
Hold on, I think I have a thing for that.
Are you going through topics? It's like a tutorial, just having fun and draw.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to be a little more engaged as far as trying, because I tend to get real quiet and not say a lot, and I've noticed a lot of people do that as well. So I'm going to try to, not necessarily create like skit kind of things, but like talk to Sherman more. Just silly things. I'm going to completely rip off Allie, and bring a book in every week and as a suggestion.
Cool.
Whether it's something that I love from the past or something new, which probably won't be something new because I don't pick up a lot of new stuff. But yeah, it'll just be so I have a little time set by, coming in off of the bump or before I go to the bump, talking about a specific book or something.
Well, how about I throw in your trailer in that case?
We can do that.
Yeah, here we go. Fyke it. Let's draw. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Starting Monday.
Allie says, "Thief! I may have stolen that from Dave Finch."
It's okay. We call this inspired.
Exactly. Is it thievery if we tell people who we stole it from? I just when she did that, I watched her. Her first. I haven't watched the last couple because I've just been busy. But when she did that, I thought to myself, well, that's kind of cool because, I'm always talking to this person or that person about this or that. And I just thought that would be more personal way for folks to get to know me, what I like and stuff like that. Like I'm on shows all the time where people say, oh, I hate this artist or I hate this writer. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I like this person. And here's why, so I think that'll be cool. I think people watching these types of shows want that type of content.
You like comics, therefore, let us share the things we like.
Right. We have similar interests. It's kind of like a show and tell. So we'll be doing that, and then I'll be just working on artwork.
Sweet.
So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
At what time is going to be the show?
It'll be 3:00 Eastern on Mondays.
Okay, so 9 p.m. Central European.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
So it'll be the right time for you guys to roll up to the computer with a nice cup of decaf and just join the crowd.
Awesome.
Or if you're burning the midnight oil on pages, get you some loaded Java, and you're good to go.
Well, speaking of loaded Java, February 4th, I'm going to go do a 24-hour comic challenge with my good friend Kimmy Comics. And we are going to create a completely new Life on Korra story from scratch in 24 hours.
That's insane.
So that's going to be a lot of coffee.
You're a lot younger than I am. I can't handle that anymore.
Well, don't worry. I'm only 18 with taxes too. But yeah, she and I have been really good colleagues for several years now. And she is currently creating the Radiant site for me. And I figured, you know what? Let's see if she wants to do this.
So is it going to be actual size, or are you going to do an Ashcan edition, or what?
It is going to be 24 pages in 24 hours.
Okay.
So that is going to be a nice supplemental to the volume. And it is going to be a stretch goal to bring that out into the volume as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a big one.
How many panels per page?
We have no idea. Actually, the only thing that we're going to completely plan ahead of time is going to be the story red line with the four of us, so 2 writers, 2 artists.
Mm-hmm.
And otherwise we are going to completely we're going to do everything from storyboard, dialogue, live on the air here on the Indie Comics Network, and we're just going to see where it goes from there. So the actual brainstorming and turning everything into a script, that will be live as well.
So did you lose a bet?
No, actually. This is a yearly challenge in October, the 24-hour challenge. We're just going to do it a little earlier or later, however you want to see it. And we're during the Life on Korra campaign. So it will be available as a supplemental to everyone who backs. and it will either be a PDF or it'll turn into its own ashcan, or we'll actually add it to the entire book. We'll have to see. Yeah.
That's February 4th.
Yes. We'll start on 4 a.m. No, am I saying it right? 2 a.m. Eastern. So 8 a.m. for us. And we're going to keep going until 8 a.m. the next day for us. We want to start early because if you have an entire day before going live and having to do 24 hours after that, you're just being done. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
I think you should check out the Guinness Book of Records and see if you can do it.
What, 24 pages in
You can do the
24
record.
hours?
Yeah, you gotta check that out, and then
No.
you can make a Guinness record. First comic.
No, because that Guinness Book of that record is probably already set. And it's probably a lot smaller
Are
than
you
24 hours because people are going to look to bend the rules. And I want something worthwhile in those 24 hours. I want something that I can be proud of. Even if we did a rush job, I want something that I can sell. That is part of the challenge. You need to be able to sell the thing you've created.
Okay, makes sense. I think it would be nice.
Yeah, no,
So
exactly.
you get to have a record.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm legit pumped. And it will be my girlfriend's introduction to the world as well, because she will be one of the writers.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So Kim's husband will be co-writing together with my girlfriend. So it's going to be a couples thing. Because apparently we have a writer-artist duo thing going on here. And
Have you scheduled what you're going to do? Like writing an hour or two,
we're they will be getting they will be here on the Friday before. And so through Friday, we're going to discuss timeline and planning and the red line for a story. And then when we actually start on 8 a.m., we will actually go into the storyboard and the dialogue and, go by planning.
Yeah.
So are there going to be on-site interviews while you guys are sweating and stressing? And
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna make it a social thing and fun and I'm going to be traditionally inking, and people will be able to buy the pages on site. So yeah, it'll be fun.
That's kind of a cool twist.
Yeah. I do what I'm good at, and I might as well do it for money.
Yeah.
And of course, it's to promote the crowdfunder. And it's to bring Kim and I, to give Kim and I an extra book to add to our fund or portfolio. I swear to God, I can't see a single strand of grass anymore at the end of this.
Yeah, believe me, man.
Oh man. I feel sorry for Ghibli movie animators.
So speaking of, we were talking about New Year's resolutions earlier.
Mhm.
I went to the gym yesterday, and it's this is what we call hell month and a half for us regulars,
Mhm.
because you get that group of newbies coming in with their New Year's resolutions.
Yep.
So there's 3 times the amount of people at the gym that there normally are,
Oh yeah.
and it
Yeah.
usually takes about 6 weeks, like mid December, for them to burn off. So you might get a few that stay every year, but usually 95% of them are in and out in less than 2 months.
I'm not surprised.
How many of them brought the full year?
Sorry?
What's that? What'd you say, John?
Well, I was going to say if people sometimes they say I'm going to the gym, I'm going to do this, and they buy a full year. That's a membership,
Yeah.
and then you don't see them for 6 months.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I'm guilty of that, especially if we've got a couple of shows, a couple of weekends in a row.
Yeah, that's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those who say, I'm going to do this and commit to and think they're going to commit to it, and then they just don't want to do it.
Right. Yeah, well, the perfect example, and I was telling Tina about this the other day, is I was on the treadmill, and I set a speed to a certain level when I get started, and then as I go and I get loosened up, I increase my speed. So I'm usually averaging anywhere from 32 to 35, 36. And there were a couple of new young ladies, a couple of treadmills away from me, talking very, very loudly. And their machines were at 14, which is barely a brisk walking pace.
I was gonna say, like, that's nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I just kind of chuckled to myself, because the lady next to me on the left side of me, I'm at 33 and she's at 36, so she's at a slight jog. And it's just funny, because you just chuckle and say, okay, these folks won't be here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it's social hour, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the way, that's life.
Yeah.
As long as they weren't smoking while they were talking.
Yeah.
Son of it, they weren't far off. Man, I worked so hard. Let me grab one. Speaking of not smoking, I haven't had a cigarette in 3 months.
Oh,
Right.
Congrats, man.
Congrats.
Great. And how do you feel?
Honestly, not noticing all that much yet, because, well, keep in mind, I smoke 30 to 35 smokes a day.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much stuck, and once in a while I'll just cough up a lot of gunk.
Oh.
And then I'm like, here's another 10% of my lungs active again.
Oh, geez.
That's the universe's way of reminding you that you made the right decision.
Yeah, well, no, it's great, honestly. Like, the habit is something that I still have issues getting rid of.
Yeah.
You know,
Sometimes I
and
feel
I'll have
that
those
too.
moments where, for example, I'm waiting for a train, and I'm like, I would have smoked here.
Yeah.
And you know, those little habit moments. But otherwise, like, yeah, no, I'm doing pretty good.
So, have you noticed a difference in the way food tastes or anything like that?
A little bit.
Okay.
Back in 2017, when I quit for like 4 months, I noticed a lot more. But this time around, yeah, no, not that much. But it'll come around, I'm sure. It's definitely a lot better, and I do notice my um, ability to just keep going is a lot higher.
Yeah.
For a long time, I mean, I quit smoking about 10 years before you were born. And I went back. I went cold turkey in about 1986.
When you could still smoke in restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, smoking. You know, we were smoking at the studio. I mean, you know, I could. I didn't have to go outside for a smoke. Yeah, and I've been smoking for quite a while, and so I went cold turkey on that. But what I was going to say is, years afterwards, I could still have the image and a phantom smell of cigarette smoke.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm
know,
surprised.
and then I would also have dreams about smoking.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know, that was the thing.
Unfortunately.
You know, and so yeah, that's something that stays with you for quite a while until you realize, oh, I don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm not
Yeah, but I
surprised,
miss it
honestly.
sometimes. I miss it sometimes.
Well, it's got to be a nice boost to your wallet.
well,
It's gonna take.
yeah. Today, I was shocked at how much a cigarette cost.
Okay, so I smoked roll-ups, and a pack of roll-ups cost me €14.60, so €15 for 2 ounces, a pack of 2 ounces.
Okay.
I smoked 3 of those a week.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, that's about €45 a week that I'm saving.
Yeah.
I'm noticing in my wallet very well. On the other
Yeah.
hand, I'm spending a lot more on food now, so you know.
Yeah. Back, let's see. I remember, you know, it would be about a pack of, not a pack, a carton. You'd buy it at a carton. It would be like 10, carton of 10 or 12. I can't remember what it was. But back then, it was basically a carton was about $15. So it was about $1.50 for a pack. It was about, it went, when I last spoke, it was maybe about, you know, if it was you get 20, so it was maybe about 10 to 15 cents a cigarette.
Yeah. So normal cigarettes here, I think a pack of 20 right now is €10.
Yeah.
When I started smoking back when I was 16, so 13 years ago, I know I'm still young.
Yeah.
That same pack would cost me, I think, €4.
Wow,
So,
that's about a big jump.
yeah, no, they really upped it. But the amount of smokers nowadays compared to when I started is minimal. Like it, night and day. Like so many more people quit smoking.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. I think John and I are the only ones that can relate to this. Is remembering how prevalent it was, and it was everywhere. And I never smoked, but so many people did. And nowadays, it's hard to find friends that still smoke.
Yeah. And those that do are usually over 40.
They're either over 40 or under 25.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
By the way, no judgment to smokers. We know it's an addiction. Stop lying to yourself if you think it's nice, because it's not.
Well,
I used to enjoy smoking.
Yeah. Rodney, you can. When we moved to Cincinnati, I know because we went from Rhode Island to Cincinnati, and immediately I noticed how much more people smoked there. And this was in 1990, so there was a big shift. We had, from the East Coast, the West Coast, where people were starting to stop, and going to Cincinnati, where there's still, the Northern Kentucky, tobacco country.
Yeah.
Still was there, and it's amazing. And when we moved, just seeing the difference in the price of cigarettes, it was tremendously, cheaper here.
Yeah. Well, we have a saying in Cincinnati, because I grew up on the west side. And the west side is the older side.
Yeah.
It's more blue collar, old money, what have you. And the saying is, on the west side, you were born with a pack of Lucky Strikes and a 6-pack of Stroh's beer.
Yeah. Yeah. And you were where Pete Rose lived.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, the funny thing, my dad worked at the original Skyline Chili on Glenway Avenue.
Oh, wow.
And he played baseball and football with Pete Rose in high school.
Huh.
Oh.
And Pete would come into the Skyline Chili all the time after school and get a couple of conies. And he used to hit on my mom all the time.
There you go. That's Cincinnati.
Yeah. And everybody smoked.
Of course they did.
I have uncles that start smoking at 7, 9 years old. Till they die. Impressive.
Honestly, if it's so ingrained into your person to be smoking, it's no surprise. It's the same with alcoholism before 18. It's nigh impossible to get rid of.
Yeah. Well, even eating habits. A lot of people don't realize that they eat when they're bored.
Mm-hmm.
And if you grow up that way, you don't realize that you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to continue doing it.
Well, when I grew up, let me just move this a little bit here. I'm trying to get the blinds. Oh no, that's not going to work. Okay. The blinds are in the way. The sun is coming, streaming out. Let's put it this way. When I was growing up, one of my routes when I was young. I was maybe about 10 years old or so. My dad would send me out for cigarettes.
Right.
In Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And you could do that. I could buy, they just, pay it. My dad started smoking when he was about 13.
Mm-hmm.
When it was still cool to smoke as a kid.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about.
it still is, but.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just smoking as a kid. I mean, basically, he grew up in the 20s and 30s.
Yeah. Depression era.
Everybody smoked.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter, in the 1950s, a kid could still be sent out to get a pack. He was a Marlboro and Camels guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying, because nowadays you to send a kid, up to, the local 7-Eleven and get dad, hey, pick up a pack of Lucky Strikes.
Yeah,
that ain't gonna happen.
It's not going to happen. No, that just and the fact of the matter is that you're sending the kid by yourself. That's child abuse already.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you send kids to buy drugs. Sorry. just too much. Sorry.
All right.
Of course, that would be my opportunity if I was going and buying somebody cigarettes, to stop at the old spinner rack and check out the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Silver lining, folks. Silver lining.
Why did it take so long? Well, a comic caught my eye.
That's right.
All right, guys, we're coming up to that time again. So
Yeah.
how about we tell everyone where we can find you? Rodney, how about you?
Hey, okay. Well, let's see. You can find me at Rodney Fyke Art on Facebook and Instagram, as well as Twitch. You can also find me right here on the Indie Comics Network on Tuesday nights for Dispatches Outside the Box and Thursday night for Thursday Night Throwdown. You can find me at the Hasm YouTube channel, as well as Hasm.com. That's HAZZUM.com, where you can check out all of our books, such as Pitter Patter, Roadkill Rampage, Peanut Pudding and Jelly, Unchained, and coming very soon, our new book, Doghouse. So check us out there. And Monday, I'll be debuting my drawing show, 3 o'clock Eastern, called Fyke It, Let's Draw. So come check it out. We'll see what kind of books I have to talk about, and we'll have ourselves a laugh.
Sound good. Marv.
Okay, guys, you can find me here drawing hot chicks every Saturday, and you can find me also on Instagram and Facebook under the name of MarV Team Killer, and I'll be sharing with you guys some cool stuff that is going to happen soon, like a new campaign and other cool stuff that I'm going to do. So yeah, catch me on those places, and have a nice week, everyone.
Awesome.
All right.
John.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me switch so I can say hi. Yeah, you could find me here at here I am. You can find me here on Sketchy Saturdays and on my YouTube channel and Facebook, all under the name John Celestri. And back in February, starting in February, it'll be on The Devil is in the Details. The Devil's in the Details on the Indie Comics After Dark Network.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, everyone. I've been Mike Jimmy the Brand of Fairies and Ants, creator of Love and Cora, and you can find me. Well, you can find everything about me over on Linktree/Fairies and Ants, with my Kickstarter coming up for Love and Cora Volume 1, aka this exclusive hardcover. Or
that's great.
If you want to be, a more normal guy, you can get the soft cover with a cover by the wonderful Aristine, who has been coloring Love and Cora since day one. And yeah, be sure to check me out on the 24-hour comic challenge here on the Indie Comics Network as well. It has been announced now. It is scheduled. So click on that, notify me when we go live button. And we will catch you on the next Sketchy Saturday. Stay awesome, lovelies.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Let's see,
Okay.
where's the
See you
outro?
next time.
Oh my god, I don't know this folder.
Oh, there you go.
Nita, help.
Oh.
Hold on. That's not what I intended to do. But yeah. All right, that's the Jesus. Where is it? Nita, god damn it. Where's the outro? There it is. All right, stay awesome, lovelies.